If you're over 60, these fruits might be harming your prostate health. As we get older, especially past the age of 60, our bodies begin to respond differently to the foods we eat. What once worked fine in your 30s or 40s may now be contributing to discomfort, especially when it comes to prostate health. One of the most overlooked areas? The fruits you eat every day. Fruits are widely considered healthy, and they are, but that doesn't mean they're harmless for everyone, especially men with enlarged prostates or frequent urinary issues. In fact, certain fruits might be making your symptoms worse without you even realizing it. If you've been dealing with things like frequent urination, especially at night, difficulty starting or stopping your stream, a constant feeling that your bladder isn't empty, pressure or discomfort in the lower abdomen, then it's time to look closer at what's on your plate. Let's explore 5 common fruits that could be silently contributing to prostate inflammation, and what you can eat instead to support a healthier, more comfortable life. 1. Pineapple. A sweet but spiky choice. Pineapple is a tropical favorite, juicy, bright, and packed with flavor. It also contains helpful nutrients like vitamin C, manganese, and the enzyme bromelain, which helps digestion. But for older men, this fruit can be a double-edged sword. Here's why. Pineapple is high in natural sugars, especially fructose. While these sugars come from a natural source, your body still processes them in a way that can fuel inflammation, especially if your prostate is already swollen or sensitive. Chronic inflammation plays a major role in conditions like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, which is extremely common in older men. Additionally, bromelain, the enzyme found in pineapple, can increase blood flow to the pelvic region. In theory, that sounds good, but in practice, it may aggravate sensitive tissues, making your prostate symptoms worse. You might feel more urgency, pressure, or even mild pain in the area. Pineapple is also quite acidic, which can irritate the urinary tract. This means more frequent bathroom trips and an increased sense of urgency, especially annoying at night when you're trying to sleep. What to do instead? You don't have to eliminate pineapple altogether. Just reduce your intake, especially if you notice flare-ups after eating it. Consider swapping in less acidic fruits like blueberries or pears. They still offer plenty of antioxidants, but are far gentler on your system. 2. Citrus fruits. Not always a bright idea. Oranges, grapefruits, lemons, and limes are loaded with vitamin C, which helps boost immunity. However, their high acidity can be a major problem for men with prostate or bladder issues. Acidic foods irritate the bladder lining, which can cause or worsen urinary frequency, urgency, and even mild burning sensations. If you often wake up several times a night to urinate or feel like you can never fully empty your bladder, citrus may be a hidden culprit. Also, citrus fruits contain natural sugars that may seem harmless but can promote low-grade inflammation, which your aging prostate does not need. Better options. Instead of drinking orange juice every morning, try a small serving of melon, apple slices, or berries. These are still nutritious, but less likely to inflame or irritate your bladder and prostate. 3. Bananas. A surprising source of pressure. Bananas are often considered a perfect snack, portable, filling, and rich in potassium. They also help regulate blood pressure, which is a plus. But when it comes to prostate health, too much of a good thing can backfire. Potassium plays a role in fluid regulation, and while this is essential for your heart and muscles, it can put extra pressure on your urinary system. As we age, our kidneys and bladder don't function quite as efficiently. Eating too many bananas may increase water retention, which in turn increases bladder pressure and urination frequency. Bananas also contain plant sterols, compounds that can mildly interfere with hormone balance. For men experiencing age-related changes in testosterone, this can potentially contribute to further swelling or discomfort in the prostate area. A simple fix. 1 banana a day is usually fine, but if you're eating 2 or 3 daily, cut back. Swap one out for a low-acid fruit like an apple or pear and see if your symptoms improve. 4. Watermelon, too much of a good thing. Watermelon is sweet, refreshing, and packed with hydration. It's about 92% water, which makes it great on hot days. However, that hydrating effect can be problematic if you have an enlarged prostate. When you eat a large portion of watermelon, especially in the evening, your body takes in a massive amount of fluid. For men with BPH, where the prostate presses on the urethra and blocks urine flow, this can worsen symptoms dramatically. You might find yourself waking up multiple times to urinate or feeling an urgent need to go right after eating it. Plus, watermelon contains natural sugars, which, again, may contribute to low-level inflammation. Try this instead. Enjoy watermelon earlier in the day when you're more active. Avoid eating large portions at night. And always pair fruits like this with regular water intake spread throughout the day, rather than relying on juicy fruits for hydration. 5. Grapes. Small but sneaky grapes are easy to snack on and full of antioxidants, especially red and black varieties. But they're also very high in sugar, which can irritate your prostate. Even though the sugar is natural, the effect on your body is similar to refined sugar when eaten in large amounts. Grapes also contain oxalates, which can irritate the bladder lining and contribute to urinary frequency and incomplete bladder emptying. The better approach: don't ditch grapes completely, just reduce your portion sizes. Instead of a full bowl, try eating a small handful and mix them with lower sugar fruits like sliced apples or pears. Bonus tip: hidden fruit sources to watch. It's not just whole fruits you need to consider. Many men over 60 unknowingly consume fruit through fruit juices, especially orange, pineapple, grape, fruit yogurts, smoothies, dried fruits like raisins, dates, or banana chips. These options are often concentrated sources of sugar and acidity, which can inflame the prostate and irritate the bladder. Whenever possible, choose whole fruits in moderation, and skip juice unless it's watered down and low in sugar. Prostate-friendly eating. After 60, smart swaps and habits. Here are some simple guidelines to protect your prostate while still enjoying fruit. Go for low-acid options. Apples, pears, blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries are all gentler on your system. Moderate sugar intake. Even natural sugars can cause inflammation when eaten in excess. Eat fruit earlier in the day. This helps your body process fluids before bedtime. Hydrate with water, not fruit. Sip water steadily throughout the day instead of relying on juicy fruits. Listen to your body. If a certain fruit makes you urinate more or feel discomfort, reduce or eliminate it. Everyone reacts differently. Watch combinations. Mixing acidic or sugary fruits with caffeine or alcohol can further irritate your urinary system. Final thoughts. After 60, your diet needs to evolve with your body. While fruits are important for overall health, not all of them are friendly to an aging prostate. If you've been struggling with symptoms like frequent urination, weak flow, or pressure, your fruit choices might be playing a bigger role than you think. It's not about giving up fruit. It's about making smarter choices. Prioritize fruits that are low in sugar and acidity, and always be aware of how your body responds. Small dietary changes can lead to significant improvements in comfort, sleep, and quality of life. And of course, always check with your doctor or urologist before making major changes, especially if you're taking medications or managing multiple health conditions. But the more you understand your body's signals, the better you can support it through each stage of life.